This is Pinch of Nom's stuffed meatballs. Let's cook. We need 500 grams of mince. It says 5% minced beef. I've got 5% minced beef. It also asks for 1 teaspoon of salt, a pinch of pepper. So what I will do is put a pinch of pepper in with my salt, half a teaspoon of garlic. So garlic granules in there of garlic. Also asks for half a teaspoon of dried oregano. Dried mixed herbs. I like Italian style mixed herbs. It gives a nicer taste to everything. Half teaspoon of those. 1 medium egg yolk. This is always an interesting thing to have to do. Easy way. Break your egg and just very carefully let the white fall out of one shell into the other shell, and we have 1 egg yolk. It says a handful of fresh parsley. I'm not a fan of parsley, so I'm going to use dried parsley. And I will probably use a teaspoon of dried parsley. Pop that in there. And it says 70 grams of reduced fat mozzarella. So that's everything to make the meatballs. Then it says for the sauce, it says 1 can of chopped tomatoes, which I have here. So this is for the sauce. And it says 50 grams of tomato puree. So we'll weigh that out now. It says a tablespoon of oregano. So we've got to make sure we don't get these mixed up now. There we are. A teaspoon of onion granules, and then half a teaspoon of basil and half of parsley, which I'm going to put in with our oregano. It's all going in the same pot anyway. Okay, that's all the herbs. And it says 1 medium carrot, finely chopped. That one in there. Oh. Okay, so that's 1 medium carrot, finely chopped. I could go finer, but I could lose fingers also. It says 1 celery stick. I personally do not like celery, and nor does my family, so we never put it in. It also calls for red wine vinegar. I can buy a bottle, I can use it for this one recipe, and it will sit in the cupboard, so for me, there's no point doing that. So I will use white wine vinegar, which does pretty much the same thing, and we use it all the time for all these recipes, so for me it's better on the pocket. So for the meatballs, I'm going to be cooking them in my Ninja, because in the oven actually costs more, especially these days and ages with the prices going up for electricity. It's getting silly. It does the same thing, but what I like about the Ninja is any fats can actually drip through, so for me it's a lot healthier. So I'm going to be cooking them in there. To make the meatballs, make sure you get all your ingredients, bar the cheese, into your pan. So add the salt and the garlic and all the different herbs. Put them all in. It says half the parsley, so just a bit of a sprinkle. There we are. And then the egg. And then you've got to get your hands in there, and you've got to make 12 meatballs. Really mix it all up well, get all the egg pushed through, make sure it's nice and even. There we are. 12 meatballs. And then you've got to put a little piece of mozzarella in the center of every single meatball, forming your stuffed meatball. There we are, there's one. So continue that for all 12 of the meatballs. So now the meatballs are done, we're going to go into the Ninja. I've set the Ninja to 180, it's on bake, and they're going in for 15 minutes. Ooh. For the sauce, we need to add all the ingredients into the wok. So turn that on, ready? Turn it down a bit. And we're gonna add the tomatoes. You've just got to bring all of this to the boil. And the carrots, we want to get them soft. Tomato puree. Need to get a spoon. Then we need to add all the garlics and the herbs. We are going to save a little bit of parsley for the end. Give it a mix. Mix it all in. Everything's all combined in there now. We just now need to bring it all up to the boil. We're going to just add our white wine vinegar. Remember, I changed it because there's no point having red. Only half a teaspoon. When it comes to the boil, pop it on a low heat and let it simmer for 20 minutes. So the sauce is nearly done and the meatballs are nearly done. So in a moment, we're going to wait for the meatballs to finish and we're going to check they're okay. We'll leave them in the Ninja while we then whisk down the sauce. Okay, so the meatballs are done, nicely cooked. We'll keep them warm in there for a minute. What we'll then do is take the sauce off of the heat. I'm going to put the sauce in this jug and then try not to burn myself whilst whisking it down. Here goes. Here we are. When it's smooth, pop it back into your pan. Always a chunk of carrot never gets through. Pop the heat back on, low heat. Season with a bit of salt and pepper to taste. Not much salt. A little bit of pepper. Then what we're going to do, we're going to add the meatballs to the sauce. Then we're going to mix it all round to make sure all the meatballs are coated in your sauce. And it's done. Pop the meatballs into a nice little dish. Sprinkle over the last bit of the parsley that you left over. And you're done. Stuffed meatballs. These always go nice with a bit of spaghetti or rice or whichever thing you would like to put with them. My lot all like spaghetti. Spaghetti and meatballs all the way.